I have two different classes where I require abstracts as we go through the semester. And I'm gonna record this one video for both classes, so when you look at your web page for your class, it may not have this color scheme, but the basic instructions will be the same. Now, we're gonna start the semester with an introduction to doing abstracts lab. So a lot of the, real bit-by-bit, step-by-step stuff we're gonna do in the lab. So what this video is gonna be is very quickly, if you're doing an abstract, this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta make sure you did if you've written it. So I'm gonna try to keep this very short and very sweet. Sources. You're gonna do 4 abstracts through the semester, possibly 5. One of the classes, you can do a 5th one to counterbalance a bad mark. 2 of them are gonna be based on articles that were printed in a paper form somewhere. You may have gotten them off of a database, but they were in some sort of paper form. They were in a journal or a magazine or a newspaper. And so they have volumes and issue numbers and things that go along with print articles. And that's your source. The other 2 are gonna be on websites, not articles off the internet, whole websites. A website has a very short address, and inside it, it's got whole lots of bits and pieces and links and subsites and all sorts of things. It needs at least 10 subsites within the site that you're looking at. So you're looking at basically the home page for a big website. So for the article, for the website, what the abstract is a way of telling someone else, this is what you can get out of this. It's a very quick summary that basically says, I'm not giving you the details, I'm telling you what you can find there, and if you like what you hear and you want the details, go and read the article. Go and look at the website. So it's a short paragraph that basically starts off with going, okay, this is why the website is there. This is what the article is about. You start with a theme statement. Is that this is the website for the American Diabetes Association. This article is about the evolution of lichens. And it should be a very broad statement that covers what the website is doing there. Don't start off on a website by telling me what it offers. Tell me why it's there. Websites are generally there because they represent organizations or magazines or government agencies. And that's what you're going to start with. Print articles, big old summary statement. And then the bits and pieces. Stay away from the details. Big bits and pieces. Articles about the evolution of lichens. It introduces what lichens are, gives some history of the research of lichens, and then gets into the biology and classifications of lichens. Ta-da! That may be what the whole article is about. And I've just covered the basic overview, and then it spends some time talking about this, and it spends some time talking about that, and it spends some time talking about this. And maybe at the end I go, and it's got several photographs of different types of lichens, and a couple of photographs of scientists that have worked on lichens. Okay, that tells somebody in your abstract whether they want to go and look at the article. They go, okay, I'm interested in lichens, but I'm interested in research. This is about evolution, but oh, your abstract says that it gives the background of research into this. I want to go and look at that. That's what an abstract does, is it tells you whether it is worth your while to go and look at the thing the abstract is based on. Here's the website. This is a website for the Centers for Disease Control, which I haven't looked at in a while, so I'm making some of this up. So it's got a glossary of diseases broken down alphabetically. It's got travelers' advisories. It's got news. Don't tell me what's on the news right now. Tell me something that'll still be there in a month. It's got links to other government agencies and a breakdown of the research that they're doing. As I said, I haven't looked at the site for a while. I may be wrong, but I'm expecting you to tell me what's there, because when you pick that, I'm going to go and look and go, oh, look, there's a whole section down here on research. They never talked about that in their abstract. Make sure you talk about it in your abstract. That's pretty much, in a nutshell, what you're doing. Other part is, if you're doing a print article, there's a way to do the title. If you're doing a website, there's a way to do the title. It basically comes down to, what is it, how old is it, or no, who wrote it or who's responsible for the information? How old is it, year, what is it, and where'd you find it? So a print article would be author, year, title, source, and then the details of the source, volume and issue number. A website would be author, which is usually an organization like the Centers for Disease Control would be. And then year, it's an abstract, it needs to be from something new. So the article needs to be something from 2020 or 2021. The website needs to have been updated in 2020 or 2021. Look down at the bottom, is, or if it's got news, it'll be. The website, the name of the website. Very often a website may be part of something bigger. CDC may be part of the Department of Health and Human Services, so you get what's called the support site on a website. And sometimes it's its own support site, so you wind up writing the same thing twice. And then for a print article, if you got it off of a database, which most of the time you're gonna do, then I wanna know the name of the database. You gotta be careful about that. The names are given, I'll show you in the lab where to find the databases on the FM site. It gives you the name where you click on the database. When you go to the databases, some of them just tell you the company. It doesn't tell you what specific database you're in once you're there. So if you give me an article, because I want to look at the article, I need to find it, and you go, oh, it's ProQuest. Well, sorry, there's about 37 different ProQuest databases that the library subscribes to. I want to know which specific one you were doing. You know, was it the biological science website? Was it, you know, the environmental science website or database? For the website, the very last thing you tell me after you give me the address, which should be short, is when you looked at it last. Because unlike print articles, websites do change. And if you looked at it a month ago and I look at it and go, wow, this doesn't really look like what they described, then there are ways to look at what it looked like a month ago to see if you screwed up or they just changed it. Okay, very quickly, that's your abstracts.